So, in the spirit of reclaiming your creativity and proving those old doubts wrong, today we're going to create a vibrant sunset silhouette tree. This project is all about embracing the bold colors and having fun with your art.
Do you remember when your art teacher told you that you weren't doing it right, or maybe made you feel like creativity just didn't fit? Maybe they criticized your work, or maybe they just didn't seem to get it. And ever since then, you've had a hard time. So here's the truth: they are wrong. They were wrong. Art isn't about perfection. It's definitely not about meeting someone else's expectations. It's about expressing yourself, finding joy, and allowing creativity to flow. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. In fact, it's better if it's not. This is about reconnecting with that creative part of yourself and really enjoying the process.
And let me know what kind of art teacher you had in the comments. Do you have one that kind of ruined it for you? The worst case scenario is that they actually grabbed a brush and tried to fix it for you. And then all of a sudden it's not your art anymore, right? Just dive into this a little bit today. I started out this painting just using water. I wanted to have it really wet into wet for that background, and I wanted those colors to really blend and kind of swirl, almost like, a beautiful sunset or a beautiful sunrise. And I'm adding purples and some blues. I'm trying to make this more of like a rainbow of color, as you might say. I did this one and it got a little bit too wet. You can see where I messed it up a little bit, so I'm trying this one again. And again, if we go back to what our art teachers would tell us, I did this wrong, you did that wrong. It's not really wrong, is it, if you're learning something from it? And I mean, I've been painting for 20 years. I still make mistakes. I still do these silly things. And, sometimes, especially with watercolor, you get caught up in the moment and it's all about timing, right? Timing is everything with watercolor. Even though you think you know it, I mean, the weather could be different. It could be hotter. It could be more dry. I mean, things are always changing. Try to do this outside plein air. It's even crazier. You never know what you're going to get. So you can see here I've got a little bit of a runoff, and if I let that dry, I'm going to get a nice sharp line on there, and I don't want that. I want this to be more smooth and just really soft and blurred. So you can see I'll just tilt my paper back and forth. I do have a little bit of excess here, so I'm just cleaning that up a little bit. And it's sometimes hard to mix those rainbow colors, right? Because you don't want anything like purples and yellows to run together because you're going to make mud. So you have to be careful when you're adding some of those colors in there. So I love that one, but it's a little bit light. So again, I'm trying another background, and it's always fun to try backgrounds because you can kind of go with all kinds of different things. So I'm popping in a little bit darker value just because I know it's going to dry very, very light and more pastel. So I'm adding a darker shade in there. So once your background is completely dry, and this is the key, you want to make sure that it is completely dry. You are going to mix up a really deep black watercolor to make the tree stand out against that bright sunset. And remember, the goal here is to embrace the boldness and enjoy the process of creating something really beautiful. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So you're going to get those basic shapes of the tree, and keep in mind that the tree is always thicker down at the bottom and thinner at the top. And I am using a small detail brush and holding it up just at the tip here to give myself a little bit less consistency with my branches. If you hold it further at the end, you're going to get a little bit of a squiggle in there, and those tree branches are not perfectly straight. So you want to have a little bit of mess here. So once that is dry, your final touches, you're going to add just some more of those little branches, maybe create a little bit extra detail or texture in your tree. It makes it more unique, maybe a couple little leaves here and there. And just kind of take a moment to appreciate what you've created and enjoy the results of your creative effort. This is almost like doodling at this point when you're making all these little branches and little marks in your painting. And if you are fairly new to watercolors and you are having a hard time using a small brush to get those little details in there, try grabbing yourself either a micron pen, a black Sharpie. This one is the G4 Pilot G4, and my friend Beth Cluth told me about this one. It works great. Even if your watercolors are wet, you can work in there as well. And it's just got this very fine point. So you can just go through and just create a little bit more detail and a little bit smaller branches. Remember, your branches are going to be thinner as they come away from the main trunk of the tree. So you're going to have those little spindly kind of branches coming off of the main areas. There we have it, your bold and beautiful sunset silhouette tree. I hope this inspires you to really reclaim your creativity, enjoy the process of painting, and remember that art is all about expressing yourself and just having fun. And if you're looking for more ways to explore creativity, and if you want to watch again this entire painting in real time with my voiceover, please feel free to check out my Patreon membership. This one is free on there, so you can just check it out, see what my Patreon's all about. And I would love for you to be a part of our community, just creating art again and having fun. And of course, if you enjoy this type of content, please make sure to click that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're enjoying this. And we will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye-bye.